All right, so unless you live under a rock, you know all about jalapeno poppers. They are one of the greatest game day snacks that you can possibly have. They're creamy, they're bacony, they're spicy, they can be sweet depending on which way you want to go with them. But I have seen people making them two ways, one completely wrapped in bacon and one open-faced. And now I'm intrigued and I'm here to settle the debate, which is the king of the jalapeno poppers, open-faced or wrapped in bacon. That's what we're doing today. We're doing poppers two ways. I'm gonna make a decision and then you can go and cook these yourself and come to your own conclusion as to which ones you prefer. Regardless, let's get in and get these prepped up right now. All right, so regardless, either way, the prep is gonna be the same on the initial part of this, and we're just gonna take a jalapeno and slice it right down the middle. Now, what I like to do is, first of all, know your audience. If you know you're gonna have some people that don't like a lot of heat, just be generous and take some of the seeds and stems out for them. You know, that's where you get the heat, is in this flesh and everything in here. So if you got people that are wusses, take them out, do a batch with some of them in, do a batch with some of them out. But come on, know your audience. There we go. Just scrape it out with a nice spoon there. Same thing, you can just run it down the sides and then just kind of pop it out. Give it a nice scrape, get everything out of there. If you want a batch with some extra heat, you can add, so you can dice this up and add it to your filling. It's completely up to you. So that is the first step in the process right there, is just getting these ready to receive the filling here. Now we have to make the filling. Let's do that. All right, so to make our filling, it's super easy. A block of cream cheese. You can season this up and smoke this ahead of time if you want to. I typically don't like doing that because I'm usually pressed for time when I have to make these, but season it up, throw it on the smoker at 225 degrees for an hour. Let it get some nice smoke on it. That's a nice way to get it softened to add to this. I'm not too worried about it. Then to the cheese, we are going to add 1 cup of extra sharp shredded cheddar cheese. I shredded this myself, that way the cheese police don't come arrest me for using bag cheese, because you know damn well they can tell the difference once it's in a popper. Anyways, a full cup of that. Now at this point, I'm just gonna get everything kind of mixed in here and incorporated before I season it. And this also helps soften it. I didn't take it out of the fridge long enough to let it start to get softened, but that's okay. I actually prefer when it's a little firmer. It's easier to load up into the poppers there. Next, I'm coming in with some Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. Any good SPG will do. Suckle Buster's SPG is fantastic in this. This just has a little bit more Worcestershire powder, a little more umami flavor. So that's why I use this, but the SPG also does a fantastic job. It's Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. If you know, you know. All right, let's get this mixed up. All right, there we go. Nice and mixed up, nicely seasoned. We are good to go here. I don't know how many this is gonna make. Usually a block does quite a bit, but as you can see, I have the world's largest jalapenos right here, and I didn't have to pay extra for them. So that's what we're using today. We're gonna see how many we can get. Let's get these prepped up. All right, so again, this is all the same process for both poppers. We're just gonna get some of the cream cheese inside of there and get it spread out. You can use a piping bag if you want. I just like using my fingers. I don't know, it does a fine job. Just kind of smooth that out just like so. And bam, one is done. I'll show you one more here. We'll get all of these packed with cream cheese. Get those evened out. And there you go. So I'm gonna get the rest of these prepped up and then I'll show you the next step in the process. All right, so you can see we have these all prepped up. These are gonna be our 7 that get wrapped in bacon. These are gonna be our 7 open-faced. We're gonna prep up the bacon wrapped ones first because these are pretty much done, but these take a little bit more work. So let's get into these ones right now. All right, so to prep up these bacon wrapped ones, I like to use a center cut bacon. I'm not brand specific. I just like the center cut bacon. I feel like it's a little bit thinner and it works better for this application. I want my bacon fully cooked. I don't want rubbery half-cooked bacon when I go to eat these, and I find that center cut bacon does the best. So I'm just gonna get this kind of loosened up inside the package so the slices come apart evenly. So what you wanna do here is take a strip of bacon and gently pull it. That's gonna extend it. You see that? It's pulling it out. That's gonna help give you coverage so you only have to use 1 piece of bacon. I hate when someone makes poppers and they use 2 slices of bacon or they use too much bacon. It just isn't good. So I'm gonna start on the bottom and then I'm just gonna kind of roll it, and I'm doing it so I'm barely overlapping the next portion of the bacon right here. I don't want it not cooking. And if it's close, you can just add a little bit more pressure and get that closed up tightly, just like so. To me, that is a perfectly wrapped popper right there. We got even coverage all over. You're gonna have bacon in every bite. Now, one thing you can do just to help yourself out here is I like these grill pins right here, and you can see that block right there. They come in here. These are the metal ones. I like to take one and put it on the bottom, and it's gonna stick out through the top. That's okay. And then I like to take, and if it needs it, I'll put one through the top. And what this is gonna do is it's going to help the bacon stay on here. As these cook, the bacon's gonna wanna shrink. This is just gonna help keep the bacon nice and tight, so it's gonna help with our even coverage. You can use toothpicks if you wanna be lame, but I really like these grill pins. Veteran owned and operated company, great guy, and honestly, this is not a paid video. I just really like these products. If you guys been watching my channel, you know that I use them pretty frequently, and that is all there is to it. I'm gonna show you one more here. We're gonna take our bacon, get it nice and spread out, just like so. Check that out. And then start off on the bottom, roll it, and then just ever so slightly overlapping. And the reason that we're doing that is so the bacon still cooks. I don't like uncooked bacon on these poppers. It just ruins the popper for me. And then I'm gonna take a grill pin, and I have so many grill pins. I have the non-metal ones and everything else. They all work fantastic. And then one right here, and bang. That is it right there. That looks great. I'm gonna get the rest of these wrapped up right now. All right, so you can see I have all of my bacon wrapped ones done. I ended up only needing to use one grill pin per just to get this end. I think the bottoms will hold just fine on this wire rack. I guess we'll find out. I may regret pulling out the top ends, but this bottom end definitely needed to be held on there. And like I said, these should cook up perfect. Now, these last ones are gonna be bacon topped. They're not going to be bacon wrapped. So all we're gonna do is just slice up this bacon here, and then we'll just fry it off. And I'm not gonna show you that. You guys know how to cook bacon. We're just cooking it until it's done and looks really good. And then we'll top these ones up. The other thing is I think the ones that don't have the bacon wrapped around them obviously aren't going to take as long. So I'm gonna get the bacon wrapped ones on for probably about a half hour, 45 minutes ahead of time than these ones, and then we'll put these ones on. These ones essentially just have to warm up. These ones, the bacon has to cook. So if that matters to you or makes a difference in your approach, you may want to consider that, but I'm definitely going to get the bacon ones on first. These ones will go on second. Like I said, they just need to warm up, get nice and ooey gooey and fantastic. So I'm going to get this bacon cooked up. I'm going to get these ones into the refrigerator, and then we're going to get these ones seasoned up and out onto the cooker. So we'll be right back. All right, since these ones are going on first, we are gonna get them seasoned up and on right now, and that is just gonna look like this. I'm just using a little bit of my honey chipotle. It's gonna add a nice bit of sweet heat on there and make these very good. I am cooking on this rack just because I don't like getting bacon grease all over my cooker. If you don't care, this is not necessary. It's just I like to keep my stuff pretty clean. Now, one thing I will say when you're cooking these, I don't like to have them touching on the rack because it can kind of leave a weird spot on the bacon. So you just want a little bit of space in there. Like I said, they're gonna shrink up, but I don't want to have like any uncooked bacon from where it's touching. And that's the problem you get using a thicker cut bacon, is it just doesn't get cooked. All right, so these are ready to go. We're gonna get these on the Z-Grill 700D3, and we're gonna let them go for probably about 45 minutes before we even bother checking them. Once these are pretty close to being done, we're gonna get the other ones on and let them go about a half hour, 45 minutes, just so everything's nice and cooked at the same time. I want this to be a fair test, but I definitely wanna make sure this bacon is done. So I'll meet you out at the Z-Grills right now. All right, it's another cold one out here today. I think we're sitting at like -12 or something ridiculous like that with a real feel of almost -30. Thank you, Minnesota. I love you in January. Anyways, we got the Z-Grill 700D3 rocking, and this thing is an absolute workhorse. It doesn't care if it is -30 feeling out or 110 feeling out. I have never had an issue with this cooker, and this is why you see me cooking on it in almost every video, because it just works. I like cookers that I don't have to worry about. I can just set it, forget it, especially when I'm filming and it's cold like this. I have enough to worry about. I don't need to worry about the dependability of my cooker, which is why I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, obviously Z-Grills, because it just works. I'll have a link down below if you want to check them out for yourself. Feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's get these jalapeno poppers on the cooker, get them start cooking, and then we'll get the other ones on. We'll test them and see which one's better. You can let me know in the comments, and we'll go from there. So let's get these on right now. All right, so let's get these on. We're going dead center. And like I said, we're gonna let them go about 45 minutes before we even check them. They're looking good already. We'll see you in 45 minutes. All right, so it has been 45 minutes since we got the bacon wrapped ones on. You can see these are the open face ones. Cooked up the bacon, just pressed them into the cream cheese, and this is what we're working with. So I'm gonna go get these out onto the smoker right now. I'm not gonna bring you out there for that. Like I said, it is very, very cold. I'm gonna get these on, and then whenever they're done, I will bring you back out there. We still have to sauce the other ones. I'll let you know how long it's been total. Look at that, those look really, really good. So I'm gonna get these out right now. I'll see you when it's time to sauce the bacon wrapped ones. All right, so it's been about an hour and a half, and you can see our bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers are looking good. They are done. I'm just gonna get a little bit of sauce on here. Not a ton, just for a little bit of sweetness. So I'm just gonna get all of these sauced up. All right, and just to finish these other ones off right here, I'm just gonna drizzle some of the sauce over them like so, just so we're keeping everything fair. And that is looking really good to me. We're gonna let this sauce tack up for about 5 minutes on here, and then we'll come and pull them off. We'll jump in, do the taste tests, and figure out which one is best. See you in a bit. All right, and after 5 minutes, there is our beautiful jalapeno poppers. We have the open faced and we have the bacon wrapped. These are extremely hot. I'm gonna let them cool, otherwise we're just gonna be biting into molten lava here, but they look absolutely amazing. That bacon is fully cooked. These look fantastic, nice and reheated. All in all, about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. I'm gonna let these cool for about 15 minutes. We'll jump in, we'll do the taste test. But yeah, I mean, come on. Check those out. Looking beautiful. Check out an open face one. Ooh, the thing I like about this one is that pepper still has some crunch to it. Oh man, they both look fantastic. I'm gonna let them cool. We'll jump in, we'll try them. I'll give you my verdict. See you in a bit. All right, these have cooled down for like 5 minutes. It's a moment of truth. I can't wait any longer. I have to try them. I'm going for an open face one first because I've had the bacon wrapped one so many times. Let's go, cheers. Okay, right off the bat, that crunch from the pepper is there. Oh, this is fantastic. This is really good. I like the little bit of crispy bacon on top. I'm just gonna eat this whole thing. I don't care, I haven't eaten today. It's like 3 o'clock, let's go. The cream cheese filling is wonderfully seasoned. It is perfect. That tailgaters just shines. Nice bit of saltiness from the cheese. The bacon, I love the crunch of that pepper. It is fantastic. However, that little drizzle of sauce on there, the Sucklebuster's honey barbecue glaze and finishing sauce, wonderful touch on there. That is fantastic. All right, bacon one time. Get this grill pin out. Thank you, grill pins, for doing such a wonderful job as always. Bacon cooked perfectly, nice and tight on there. None of the bacon released. We did have some of the cheese pop out. I'm not concerned about that. It all ends up in the same place. But look at that, beautiful. Let's go. All right. Still a decent crunch on that pepper, not quite as much as these. These were only on for about 45 minutes, the open face ones. Bacon cooked on there. They're both absolutely fantastic. I love both of them. I like the bacon wrapped ones because you get the full bacon effect, but it is almost overpowering. I noticed the inside flavoring of the open face one quite a bit more. And I also like this crunch quite a bit more. I'm doing one bite of each of them just to see. Let's go. The bacon wrapped one definitely has more smoky flavor to it. So I think if I was gonna do these open-faced on the smoker, I would probably do them at 225 since you're just reheating and get a little extra smoke flavor on there. Or I would smoke the cream cheese. Again, if you wanted to smoke the cream cheese and then cook these in your oven, you'll still get that nice smoky flavor. So that's an option if you want to do these ahead of time. But this one on the smoker, it's just really hard to beat. They're both fantastic. I like the interior flavor of the open face better, but I like the smokiness of the bacon wrapped better. So it's really your decision. I highly recommend that you try both of them and see which one you like. How do you like to do your poppers? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time. And now I'm gonna eat about 1 million of these. Later.